Day 4.
This was the second consecutive trip in which I've heard the wolves in Algonquin. Yips and howls bouncing around the marsh. The pinhole mic on my camera just doesn't do the experience justice.
That's 2 trips in a row I've heard them.
If there's anything better than early morning wilderness travel by canoe, I've yet to experience it. Finally, after 4 days, the buzz and hum of city life has faded from the ears. Everybody but me seems to be fishing this morning, including this particularly massive heron I came across. Next came a litany of beaver dams to pull over. Typically not much of an issue, but my sore paws took some of the fun out of it. This is a tough little 730 portage going into Macintosh. Got another 550 right after this one. Whew. Yeah, that's the business. This portage crosses the creek a couple times. Very nice, very picturesque. Whew. Camera adjustment. Portage styles. There we go. How's that? Whew. The sweat is dripping off my face, off my back. So tonight I'm going to stay on Macintosh, I believe. Save the big ugly portage until tomorrow. This and the 500 after it will be enough for today. Macintosh, beautiful lake. Might be the only one here. I reek. I'm gonna go for a swim and a wash. Who's with me? Oh, the glorious sun. It's so nice to feel the sun. Got all my kit drying, had a nice wash, a swim. My little buddy, he's just hanging out with me. Tried to eat my beef jerky. Good luck with that.
nice full meal, I got back into the Carol and Jane for an early evening jaunt on my seemingly private lake. All this for $10 a night? Sign me up. My site was on a nice wide open point facing west. Perfect for watching the sky transition into a nice creamsicle orange. And then a visitor quietly swooped in to join me. A barred owl.
Check that out. Fantastic. Can't believe how stealth it is. You can't hear it flying. Just absolutely silent. It's amazing. Beautiful morning.
How many canoes have pulled away from this very spot? How many trippers, trappers, native peoples?
Well, well, well. What can you say about a morning like this? Big lake. Like a mirror.
I was in no rush to get to the long portage that awaited me. I spent an hour poking around the lake and enjoying the serene morning light.
Just the first set of stairs is pretty daunting. Okay, 2.3K. I'm leaving the canoe in the other pack here, and I'll be back here in about an hour. The first pass wasn't as bad as I thought. Totally enjoying this walk back with nothing to impede me. They are among us. Second pass. This bad boy just goes on and on and on to Thomson. There'll be a few people on that lake for sure. Won't be quite the beautiful solitude of Macintosh. So that was the last big hurdle of this trip. Should be. barring any catastrophe or unforeseen shenanigans.
I was glad to have the boat back underneath me. It was mid-afternoon as I came into popular Thomson. Of the 18 sites on the lake, 2 were vacant.
We're back on Thomson. What a portage. Whew. Holy jumping. I'll fix that before I go to bed. Pretty sure they say not to hang your food right by your tent or your hammock and about 5 feet off the ground. At least the midget bears won't be able to get at it. Just taking one last little stroll here. It's busy, as you can hear. These people don't realize that everybody in the entire lake can hear every single word they say. They'll figure it out. I was one of them once, so I can't complain.
The night was cool and still. I stayed up late, watching the twinkling, distant suns. Satellites and airliners pushing through the starry blackness.
It's about 7:15, and we're about to head out for the final jaunt home. It's been 6 days. I'm ready to go home. Really miss my kids and my wife.
The morning cruise out of Thomson was beautiful. My loquacious neighbors still soundly tucked into their sleeping bags. I took my time, stopping to sip on my coffee and take a few stills. Despite the unknown ailment causing me so much inflammation and fatigue, this trip was still a lot of fun and completely worth the effort. Upon returning home, my symptoms slowly worsened. Much to my chagrin, I missed the entire 2015 canoe tripping season. At the time I finished this film, I seemed to be slowly on the mend. I make these little movies to take others with me on these journeys. Thankfully, and somewhat ironically, I too have been able to live vicariously through them during this period of illness. Hopefully 2016 sees me back in the woods and on the water.